Did you know that in your browser, if you just go into a new tab and type in doc.new and press enter, it will immediately open a new Google document and you can start writing right away. Amazing shortcut, right? This was just a bonus, and in this video, I will share 15 more of such powerful hacks for Google Doc that you probably didn't know about. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Rifat. I'm a lecturer based in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and on this channel, I share my journey with studying, law, and productivity. Today, I'm talking about Google Doc. Let's get right into it. Tip number 1. Version history. Sometimes we make accidental changes to our Google Docs, or for some reason, we need to get back an older version of a Google Doc. That is pretty easy. You can just go to File, then Version History, then See Version History. Here, you can see all the previous versions of the document, including who made changes to each versions, all in one place. And if Show Changes down in the list of versions is ticked on, you can specifically view what was different in that version. You can either restore a version you like, rename it, or even make a new copy of just that version only. Not only that, while working on the document, from the same version history menu under the Files tab, you can give a name to your current version too. Awesome. Tip number 2. Custom default styles. The default font in any Google Doc is Arial with font size 11. But probably you don't like it, or your brand guidelines require using some other font. Instead of changing it every time you open a Google Doc, you can set your preferred style once. You need to go to Styles, then Normal Text, then select Update Normal Text to match. You can similarly change your title, subtitles, and different level of headings using the same process. Then, to make your style default for every new document that you work with, you again go to Styles, then Options, then Save as my default styles. Now, every time you create a new Google Doc, what you have chosen will become your default style and you don't have to change it again and again. Tip number 3. Text substitution. This is a magic feature. You first go to Tools, then Preferences, then Substitutions. Here, you can actually type in abbreviations or acronyms you tend to use a lot and the sentence or phrase you want to replace it with. For example, in my case, if I type, "For more information, please visit my website," it auto-replaces the text "my website" with my actual website URL. This feature can be really useful to quickly insert common information that you regularly have to type in. Tip number 4. Change capitalization. If you want to format a line of text very quickly and change it to all uppercase, lowercase, or title case, you can simply select the text, go to Format, then Text, then Capitalization, and make your respective choice. With this powerful feature, you will never have to change each word one by one ever again. Tip number 5. Visualize ideas. Sometimes it's easier to do basic drawings instead of typing to make the other party understand what you really want to say. For example, you want to make a poster and you are giving instructions to your designers. You can easily visualize it by going to Insert, then Drawing, then New, and here you can draw out a basic structure of the poster you want. Let's say I roughly want the ratio of the poster to be like this, then title on top, in the middle like this. I can even change the color and write title here. Let's say I want an image or logo in a circle to be right here, and to make it different, I can give it a different color, and then I want informations in a separate section right below the image, using a separate box here and writing "put information here," and then maybe another section below that with contact informations or call to actions. You get the idea. With this amazing tool at your disposal, it's pretty easy and simple to visualize rough ideas right within your Google Doc. At the initial stages of a plan, when you are seeking feedback from other team members, this can save you a lot of time and also make it easy to understand for everyone else. Tip number 6. Sending preview. It is likely that you already know that whenever someone who you shared your document with views the document, everyone else can see in real time who is viewing it. But let's say for some reason you want to keep a viewer anonymous or send only a preview to that person. You can simply change the word edit from the URL and write preview and then copy the link and send this new edited link to that person. Now, when the other person clicks on this link, they will only see a preview of the document with no option to copy, share, or make changes to it. Most importantly, others will not know who else is also looking at the document. However, do not forget that you need to obviously first click on share, and under the Get Links section, change the permission from restricted to anyone with the link can view. Tip number 7. Default to copy. Just like the previous trick, you can also force a person viewing the document to copy it to prevent any changes in the original document. Remember how we changed edit to preview in the URL? You can similarly change the word to copy and send this link. And now when someone opens the link, they have to make a copy of the document to their own Google Drive to make changes to it or view it. This is really useful for sharing templates or master documents that you don't want other people to make changes to, and the recipient also do not have to copy it each time from the original document. Bonus tip, this feature also works for Google Slides and Google Sheets too. Tip number 8, direct PDF download. You don't have to make a PDF out of a Google Doc every time you need to send a PDF to someone. You can again change the text in the URL into export format equals PDF. You can now just send this link to anybody, and now when someone clicks on the link, a PDF file will automatically be downloaded. It's so useful because you don't have to make a PDF yourself, download it, attach it to email, and then send it. By removing all these extra steps, this feature absolutely saves a lot of time in both ends. Before moving on to the rest of the tips and tricks, are you finding these powerful Google Doc hacks helpful? If you are, then don't forget to show your support by pressing the like button below, and sit tight because even more amazing techniques are coming up right now. Tip number 9, embed doc within email. This feature is really useful, especially for scenarios where you need to get the final approval on a completed document. You can go to File, then Email. From here, you can send the file to all the collaborators of the document right from this option without needing to type each one of their email. Or if you want to send the document to a specific someone else, choose Email this file. Send yourself a copy, type the email that you want this document to be sent to, and include a custom message. Hi, please review. And most importantly, check Don't Attach, include content in the email, and then press Send. And this is how it looks within the email itself. As you can see, the viewer does not have to click a link or download anything. Everything is visible in the email itself. Quick and simple. Tip number 10, templates. You can either go to docs.google.com, or from within a Google Doc, you can go to File, New, from Templates, and choose from a large collection of default templates Google has already generated. However, if you notice you have two options to choose from here, the general one is the massive collection of Google's default templates, but as you can see, there is an extra tab that says East-West University. This is where I currently work at, and in G Suite account or Google Education accounts, in this tab, your organization or any of its employees have the option to preserve the templates of your company, and you can also submit your own template for your colleagues to use too. This saves a lot of time spent otherwise in formatting or designing by simply having a pre-populated template. Tip number 11, adding more fonts. If you look at the fonts list in a Google Doc, there are quite a few, but still your favorite font might be missing from here. But did you know Google Doc has a vast library of extra fonts that you can add and use? You can simply click on the drop-down arrow on your font selection, click More Fonts, and search or browse and select the one you like. You can then add your preferred new font in your native list of fonts. And now you can use the newly added favorite font of yours in Google Doc. Also, once you add a new font, you don't ever have to add it again. Tip number 12, adding and editing images. Google Doc is really powerful in this regard that you can not only add images to a document, you can also make basic editing of those images. Simply go to Insert, then you can select various ways of inserting an image. In this case, I'm uploading from my computer. Once the image is added, we can simply click on the image once and two new options appear on top. If we select Image Options, now we can recolor the image or change transparency, brightness, or contrast. We can also crop the image from the newly appeared crop icon right beside the image options. this is the crop tool that you can use to reshape your image. Tip number 13, page setup. This is pretty common but still quite important. If you go to File and then select Page Setup, you can make changes to the orientation, paper size, background color, and margins from here, and can also set your preferences as default if you like to frequently use the same setups. Using this feature, you are not stuck with Google's default setup, and also you don't have to change it again and again if you have set your choices as default once and for all. Tip number 14, spell and grammar check. Did you know Google Doc has built-in spell and grammar check feature? You can simply go to Tools, then Spelling and Grammar, and select Spelling and Grammar Check. Now you can go through the AI suggested changes and either accept the change or ignore it one by one. This tool is quite handy in fine-tuning your writing. Before we move into the magical last hack, if you are getting value from this video and want more contents like this one, don't forget to subscribe below because that would mean a lot to me. And now, tip number 14, the Explore button. Most of you probably have never checked out this feature, but the Explore feature is incredibly powerful in Google Doc. The Explore button is in the bottom right corner of your Google Doc, and once you click it, say you want to research about Bangladesh, you will get results as web links, images, and also from Google Drive if there is any correlated file to the term you searched for. You can either add or link to document or images in your Drive, or if you go to the Image tab, you can simply click on the plus icon of the image that you want to include, and that image will be directly added into the document. But the most powerful feature is with the web links. You can either copy the text from the preview here if needed, or you can click on a certain link to open in a new tab. However, once you are done copy-pasting the information in your document, here comes the magic. You can not only automatically add citation from here, you also have the option to choose from MLA, APA, or Chicago format. Once you are done selecting the format, simply click the quote button next to the link, and voila, footnote will be automatically added to your quoted text at the bottom of the document. In a matter of less than a minute, I now have a paragraph, a supporting image, and also proper citation, all from the magical Explore button. We all know that you can share, edit, comment, and especially collaborate with your peers using the powerful features of Google Doc. But I hope I could introduce here some new and useful tips to make your workflow faster, easier, and to boost your productivity and efficiency. But there are so many more useful features of this amazing tool. Let me know in the comment down below which feature you liked most, or if you know of any other important feature that I forgot to mention here. Then we can all learn from the comment section. Also, don't forget to share this video with others who could benefit from it. I think you will also love this custom playlist I have made for you that contains more tips to boost your productivity. Check it out. Thanks for watching and see you later.